Well, this is the next section where there's been some modifications made. We've got here, I've put down white. That's just a bus going past. Garage doors up because it's too hot to leave it down. Expected temperature in a couple of days' time is about 39, so trying to keep the place cool as possible. Back to what I was saying, that's the meant to simulate concrete. It's the white styrene plastic card, and I've got the little tanker in here. And then we have the engine shed to put over the top of it, which I will show you now before putting it into place. This is one of the units from Wordsworth Model Railways. That's the side that's going to be seen the most, and that's to, when we put it on, that's what it'll be, and also the far end of it. Unless we come round, we see inside the end. I've blocked the end off deliberately, and this side will go up against the side wall there, so that's why it's only sort of partly been made on that one. And there's the lighting inside it, down the wall, and those wires will go underneath the layout. And here we have it in place. It is a 3-lane engine shed, but I've had to modify it to fit the layout. It's still 3 lanes, but they're closer together. So there, as we go round. And there we see a view inside it. I haven't hooked the lights up yet, that will be done later, and then I'll take another video of it. I've just put that up there just for the camera. You may remember from the last video that it was situated down here, but because of the engine shed now, it won't fit in there. So what I might do is split through here and place the diesel fuel tank up the end there, and then shift the Bowser section and put it in about there somewhere. I still haven't come to that. Along with other things that's got to be changed is the turntable. Now this turntable is creating problems. It's very noisy and it's not working properly. So what I'll do, I'll just show you in a moment and listen to the noise that it's making when it's in operation. Okay, here we go. It works between those two. Playing up now, it's working. See that it's stalling there, that's the main line into it. It's stalling on there. So consequently we can't have that happening. Besides, what else is happening is when the logos come on, there's a short comes across which sends the controller into short circuit mode. So I'm getting a Digitrax AR1 to put on underneath it to stop that happening, and I'm going to replace it with this brand new one. The other one was a second hand one. This one I bit the bullet and forked out the $50 odd for the new one. So that'll be my job this afternoon before it gets much hotter, and I'll put that in. So until a bit later on, I'll sign off for now and come back shortly. Bye. Okay, well it's now 6 weeks later. I didn't realise how long ago I did that first section. So we've now got the new turntable in, and it is much better. It's still noisy, but it's much better than the other one. But at least it's not jamming when it gets to the position. And once again, that's the main line in. I've been doing a bit of work on the engine shed, and I've finally settled on a position for the diesel fuel tank. There it is, up on top of the building. There's a ladder going up to it, fence up there just to keep the workers safe, and this pipe, that's the outlet of the pipe down to the fuel bowsers. And then round here we have the input to the tank. Goes up, come on, focus, and then along there, and then it'll go into the actual tank. And down here we have this little hut. Now I'm not quite sure whether it's going to stay there or not, but that is the where the pumping machinery is to get the diesel fuel up to the tank itself. Now I did think of putting it there, down here, over there, but still haven't decided where I'm going to put it. And the bowser, which was originally attached to the fuel tank, is now down here. And then we've got the engine shed, so that's all sorted. That's the position that it's going to be. Now yesterday I was doing some fiddling around with track, just making sure everything runs right. The loco here, there is some video which I will put on, taken from the cam truck around the layout, which would come in from up there at the station area, right along here, and oops, shift this junk from here. up there, round the back, and just after we get over the bridge we have the crossover which goes round to bring it onto the other line, and that then comes down on this track down here, which comes around behind the fire station and across there, around here, and back down onto the track again, which goes through and picks up the main line again, and then that goes back up to the station, and then the locos will come round onto the turntable and turn it round for its next journey. At the moment I'm waiting on a Digitrax AR1 reversing unit, because as soon as the front wheels of the loco touch the turntable it puts a short onto the Digitrax unit. So I'm waiting on the AR1 to come in, and when I do that I'm then going to do some rehashing or rejigging, whatever you like to call it, of the layout round in this area here. Now I did this a while ago and I thought I had everything right, but it's still playing up, and the reason is, if you see down here, all this section here from the bridge right round down here to the level crossing is flex track, and what I did was made the joints that they were parallel to each other. Consequently, when I took the sleepers out I actually accidentally cut the wrong chairs, so consequently we've got a problem round here. This track is soldered in, as you can see there, and we've got a derailing problem here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace this section of track with another piece, but I'm going to stagger the joints. Now I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put the joints at the moment. Might have, say for argument's sake, have one here and one there, which would hopefully get rid of this part here, because when the loco comes round it tends to get here and then lifts itself and comes off. And as I said, I thought I'd had all this worked out. Now if that doesn't work, what I'm going to do is possibly, I don't know how this will work, is to this is meant to be the old track. Don't know whether I'll leave that in for the moment. It's meant to be the old track, and this was the new section. What I'm going to try and do is this section here, just run it up a little bit on an incline, come round here with it, and then when we get down to the thing, I'm going to probably take this track out here. It's a dead end track anyhow, it's just a storage yard, and try and lower the track further down here. So lower the track down to try and get rid of this bend. There is a slight hump here which also causes derailing. So hopefully that'll work out right. I can't do anything in this point. I can't lower it around this area because it is set for the height of the locos and the carriages, etc. But maybe if I can rejig the trestle bridge and lower this down so that we come down a bit lower, and maybe probably come round to bring it down to about there and then join it up there. Hopefully that will solve the problem with the derailing. That is yet to be worked out. So what I'll do, I'll just show you what is happening here. I'll turn on power to the track. I've got a walk around throttle, Digitrax throttle. There it is, it's come off at that point. See how the front wheels are there. I'll just take it back. I originally had this work running quite well, but since I've decided to make this bi-directional, it now is causing problems. That wheel, as you can see there, hang on, just come around here, as you can see, no, it won't focus on it properly. Oh, yes, there we are, you can see the front bogie has come off the track, so that's what I've got to try and get rid of. So I've got two things in mind, as I said, is to start lowering the track there, raising it up there and lowering it here, or else try and work out, put a curve in and utilise the part where I've got the abandoned track, say turn it and then put a straight section in and then another curve to see how it goes, which would alleviate the problem with the joints on the curve on the flexible track. So that's yet to come, so we'll have to see what happens. What else have we got to report on? Oh, I think that's about it for the moment. I've got to clean up this back track, the inside track when it gets over the bridge. It gets to the bridge and stalls. I've got to adjust the power supply to that. So we'll see what happens. I'll include some of the cam truck going around. You'll notice when the cam truck is running around that there's no problems coming off this area, but it's only happened the last week or so. I've got this temporarily held down with using the glue gun. So we'll see what happens, and I'll get this video up and maybe someone can give me some clues on what's going on. But apart from that, everything seems to be, fingers crossed, that we'll get this fixed. The other one I might have to play around with is this one. I might have to sort of swing the track out here a bit and then back on, because that is causing problems there, which means I'll probably have to rehash the roadway around here. But anything to get it going. I've been on with this nearly 3 years now, and I want to get it running properly. So I'm going to now make a concerted effort over the next few weeks to make things happen. But that's its final. That's the final position there for that. The turntable's right. The fuel bowser's right. All I've got to do now is make a spot to put the little pumping station. This and the engine shed are all from Wordsworth Model Railway kits. I had to adapt the shed to take the HO gauge and narrow it across the front more than what it was originally. But it's good. Oh, and you can see there the lights are on in the one of the carriages. I've got those lights hooked up inside as well, so we'll see what happens. And I've also put the station signs in. If I come around here, I'll see if I can get a close-up of it. I don't know whether I can or not. Let's have a look. So, come down. So that's the Hawthorn Valley Central platforms 1, 2 and 3, and this platform here, when I get it fixed up, will be Hawthorn Valley. So it's Hawthorn Valley here, Hawthorn Valley Central round there. So I think that's about it for the moment. We'll get this all hooked up and hopefully running properly in the next few weeks. But in the meantime, I'll get this video out and wait for if anyone's got any comments. Okay, that's all for now. Bye.